should have told me. I could have prepared for it.
You don't have to
Live
worry
on
about
Facebook.
that. There we go.
You're
Anyway,
crazy.
so everyone, welcome to the Trenton 365 show. As I've been telling you, and I probably will for the next month or so, that all of the recordings now and the shows now are being done virtually. So it's awesome because now my guests don't have to travel to my location to be international like they are now. So now we are using technology and we're using Zoom currently. So we're going to record the interviews and then we'll put them up on social media, and then it'll also be shared through WIMG and WPHY television covering Mercer County, New Jersey. Now, a little bit about tonight's program. I want you to know that this person who's going to be my guest is an amazing person, human being, and artist. And tonight you're going to get about 25 to 30 minutes access to her. She is not someone that you're going to see flaunting all over social media or pushing their influence or their talents, but that's why she comes onto the show like this when I ask her and beg her to do it. On the show with me now, I am so happy to have with us Miss Jamaila Hernandez. Jamaila, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Now,
Nice to
I'm
be
gonna.
here.
Well, I know that this isn't your kind of thing, and I
Mhm.
appreciate you being candid and taking those steps to show this, because this is what you have to do as your industry and as your art leads and as you as a human being. The more people who get a chance to see you, the more people who get a chance to meet with you, they grow in respect, etc. And then before you know it, you've got a whole bunch of a more of an audience to share about your talents. First of all, you're very outspoken about the importance of art and arts education. Can you just share about your personal experience with how art has led you to where you are in your life?
Well, it's very interesting because uh I've been all over the place, and then I've taken a step back, and then I would come into my personal art and then take a step back again and then focus more into like the design aspect of it. So lately I've been working on pursuing my degree in graphic design. So I'm coming towards my last semester now, and then this whole thing is really interesting because everything's going virtual, and yeah, it's quite a challenge, but soon enough, I'll be able to tap into my personal work and at the same time, like, mesh it with what I'm doing right now with the whole graphic design world, in industry. And that's where I'm at right now. And currently, in a way, I mean, this is such a unique or unusual situation with the whole pandemic. It In a way, it gives me time to like work on my studio right now. So I'm constantly moving things around here. And then it gave me also the time to work on like opening up a YouTube channel. So I finally have my first YouTube video out there. That's me, Jacque, already. That's like very not like me, but it's out there. And
so
yeah,
here's what
so
I
I'm
want. I want to stop you because you won't ask, so I'm going to ask for you. Your YouTube channel, what is the name of it? And folks, I want you to go and subscribe to Jamaila Hernandez's YouTube channel. And what's the name you use for it?
It's so simple. It's Jamaila Designs, JAMAILA That's it.
Great. So I'm going to encourage everyone who's listening and watching to go to Jamaila Designs, JAMAILA Designs, and check out the video. It's a really cool video, actually, and I do want you to talk a bit more about that. But I want you to check out the video, and if you feel moved at all, please subscribe to Jamaila's feed. I can assure you, you are not going to get bombarded with a bunch of videos and a bunch of nonsense. You're probably going to get a few really good quality videos like the one that's up there. Jamaila is not that kind of person who's gonna, start spamming your accounts and things like that. But you will get access to an amazing human being, a fantastic artist, and you'll get a chance to actually see some of the humanitarian work and educational work that Jamaila is pushing for. Jamaila, I want you to switch up a little bit and talk about your personal art style, and I want you to take me back to when you were doing the calendars.
Yeah, that calendars. Yeah. Yeah, that was I had the whole Wonderland series. I got like, inspired with the whole Alice in Wonderland, and um so I've had that design already, but eventually, there was like a typhoon that struck my country in 2013, and I was able to use that as a calendar to like I guess like raise awareness, and yeah, but
So I'm going to go in a little bit deeper because I was fortunate enough to be growing in a friendship
yeah.
with Jamaila during that time in 2013, and I was able to see the progression of the original artwork, see the progression of the original artwork to be transitioned to the actual calendar, and our personal gallery has a few of those copies with us in our possession. Thank you very much, Jamaila.
Thank
But
you.
you were doing that as not only a release of creativity, but you wanted to do it as a show of support for your homeland, the Philippines. Can you
Hmm.
elaborate a bit?
Yeah, with that, like, it was such a, it was, just having that, it really helped, like, what do you call it? It helped, like, a lot of especially my family, friends, and people affected by the typhoon. They were able to, like, rebuild, because a lot of their houses were pretty much like, like, like pretty much like yesterday was their November 8th, it was their anniversary. So a lot of them were able to like rebuild their house by, so it was such a blessing that I was able to use my skills to do that. And yeah, I don't know. I can't thank everyone enough. It's just, yeah, there were a lot of support from you guys everywhere, even in Jersey City also, and yeah, like even the Puerto Rican community, and even with that, like to give back also when Puerto Rico was hit with a hurricane, I was able to um, help out using my design also, and then right now they're using that to rebuild some areas of Puerto Rico that were like affected by the typhoon. Yeah.
Hmm,
So.
that's awesome. And I love how you are taking your skill set and putting it into a place so that it can affect change and to help
Mhm.
others who are in situations that aren't as um, how do I say, fortunate as
Mhm.
I am, as you are. So thank you for doing that. I also want you
Thank
to,
you.
my
Mhm.
pleasure. You also talked about, I think you did a Joker character,
Yes.
and my family, we're Batman and Joker fans here, at least me and Maddie are. But you did this awesome rendition of the Joker as well. Can you talk about like how the characters that you draw and how you interpret them in your own way?
Mhm. Well, at that time, like I don't even know, like I can just, when I was making that time, because my medium, I used a lot of watercolor, and I was just like exploring with watercolors and just going along with the flow. I don't really have a plan, but at that time I was like, Joker was in my mind, and then I think the movie was came out already. I forget, but so I was just like painting that, and then next thing I know, I just went, what happens if we just kind of like smear it, and that was it. Is
You know,
and then I was thinking deep also, and then I don't know, it just come, it just comes to me. I can't even like really explain it.
I love
And
how
then
how such creative and artistic people are like, well, I just did it. Like in for those of us who don't have that talent, it is so amazing to see not only the outcomes of it, but also to see, like, you know, your hand movements, your strokes, the type of pen that you use, the way you rotate your hand, or how you create different dimensions with shadowing and all those things. So for those of us who don't have, I think I can comfortably speak for those who don't have the ability, we appreciate what you artists do in making things so
Thank you.
beautiful in your personal expression. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now you were recently traveling.
Yes.
Can you talk
Um,
about how that came about? What was the program, and some of your experiences?
yeah. Well, I went back, like I said, I went back to school, so I'm trying to pursue my, my degree, and there was that opportunity to, like, study abroad, and I applied and I got a scholarship to study in China for, I believe I was there for almost 5 months, and then that was that was quite an experience. And then yeah, I learned so much. We traveled all over, all over China. We went to Beijing, went to Hangzhou. Like, it was really interesting, like, just learning the culture, learning the language, and then just interacting with people, seeing their art, from ancient times to like contemporary. Um, yeah, yeah. I didn't see any graffitis though. They were very strict there. Everything was pretty much like everything's in place. Even their advertisements over there, like everything is in place. Like Chinese typography, calligraphy. It was beautiful.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I've seen other like art schools also while I was there visiting. Was that Jet? Was it Jet Li? Jet Li? Yeah, Jet Li. Where he studied martial arts. We visited his school, and then yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then like the landscaping, it's really inspiring me, and especially like with watercolor, because I've seen them in books, history books, and then now like I saw them like in person, and the landscaping over there, the whole storytelling about it. So it is, you know, um, influencing my art also.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you that next. So the time that you were studying abroad in China,
hmm
was there a series or a body of work that you were working on in particular, or is there something that has come of that?
Uh, yeah, like at that time, we had to create a mask, but then like we had to design a mask and pick like something that's meaningful for us. And then at that time, when I was looking around, I saw like plastic bottles, and then I was like, I think people need to recycle more, because I've seen them in some areas that are just like floating on a river. And then that, I was like, I want to bring that to attention, because it is a problem, especially not just like in that area, also in my country, because, around summertime, I was in the Philippines from May till end of June. And then, there's all these beautiful beaches in the Philippines. And one thing that I noticed was like plastic bottles are, just floating in the ocean, and people are discarding them like, left and right. They don't see that it is affecting the environment, the marine ecosystem. So with that, while I was in China, I collected them for like, I would say a month, and then I started putting them together. And then instead of just like like a face mask, it became to be like a whole like almost like an outfit, and then because, trash is pretty much like a big problem. Like, how much plastic, bottles are floating out there in the ocean. There's a lot. It's like millions, and
Mhm.
oh my God. And then, so, with that, I wanted to just bring awareness to the ocean, to the ocean and, the marine life, especially with the coral reef, you know, it's, it's killing the coral reef.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, the body of work that you were doing, the project, does it have a
Mhm.
name? Where can people learn more about it? Can they see it?
Well, that one, they were even asking me, it's like, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna bring it? And then I said, I don't think I can bring it. It's not gonna fit in a box. And plus, like, that thing you can just recycle it. And then, but my thing was like, I'm bringing the concept with me back here to America. And I was thinking about like, you know, recreating it, and then, but then it's just, with the unique situation that we are in right now, I don't, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But in the future, there's possibility that I'm going to revisit that and then recreate it here. Because I've
You
been
know,
thinking about it.
good. And I
Hmm.
think that I know that there's at least one international corporation that's based out of Trenton, New Jersey, that works with trash, so to speak, and recycling
Yeah.
bottles. I am quite certain that I could put you in contact with TerraCycle to see if you want
Yeah.
to do some artwork projects with them, if that has not already happened. So
Hmm.
when we're done, I will make sure that we make that connection with you and Michael Waz. Okay.
Oh, sure. That would be great. Thank you so much.
For sure, for sure.
Hmm.
So the island of the Philippines
Right.
is you grow. It's I have not been there, but the images that I've seen, it's tropical, it's warm. The border is it's beautiful. Although the economy is what some folks would use derogatory terms to explain. I don't want to do that, but I would say is that there's this relationship with water that I believe people who grow up in those communities like they have, that I think some folks who grow up inland just it just doesn't click, maybe just from access to it. And it seems like I'm noticing more people who have grown up in tropical climates becoming more active as environmentalists, like really putting forth an effort. Can you talk about your perspective on that and what you're doing?
Yeah. Like with people are more more conscious right now. They're more aware that what they what they dispose, it goes back into the ocean. And then like I believe it was like last year, 2 years ago, they cleaned up the Manila Bay. It was filled with trash, and then right now it's beautiful, it's clean. And then they're very strict on that now. And then like I said, like, and people are more aware this time. And then I think like by educating them, about like clean water, because it's a cycle. Not having clean water, not only it affects like the human being, but it also does affect like the surrounding and even the marine life. So it's very important to have like clean water, and thinking about your environment around you. you
Mm,
know
good.
yeah.
Now, I know when you were working on the Wonderland series,
Hmm.
um, I remember there were some articles that I had read where you were partnering with some organizations that were doing relief work, and it
Hmm.
was Filipino organizations here in the United States. Can
Right.
you talk about your relationship with those organizations and who they are?
Yeah, they're the Philippine Foundation organization, and they're PASCOM. They're based in Jersey City. And yeah, and then they really helped out. They're nonprofit, and they're still active. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're based in Jersey City. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And
Mhm.
can you talk a bit about the in this area, in the New Jersey, central New Jersey area, the Filipino culture, that it's thriving. Like there's a lot of people here in New Jersey from the Philippines.
Yeah, there is, especially in Jersey City. You'll see a lot of them there, and Edison also. They have a Philippine Arts Council that is where is that at? It's in Hamilton, New Jersey. It's like towards South Jersey, right? Hamilton.
Hmm.
Yeah, they do have like a you know but I haven't been in touch with that because, like I said, I've been busy working with my personal, you know, personal life, trying to get this degree out of the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
so you're working on this degree. You're almost done
Yeah.
there. I would assume that there's probably some steps and some things that you have coming up. What else would you like to let folks know about that you're working on, or other than going to your YouTube page, Jamaila Designs, and subscribing and following you and sharing that? Other than that information, what would you like to have folks know about what Jamaila Hernandez has coming up?
Well, like I said, with the YouTube, you'll see, I'll start posting, videos I'll try to get it out there, like probably like, every other 2 weeks when I can. You know me, Jacque. Hey, that's a big step.
Yes, it is.
That's
Yes, it is.
that's a big step. But yeah, and then you'll see, you'll see that, and then I'll 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 dig more into like, into more my personal life of what I'm doing in my studio at the, at the same time you'll see like my probably the growth of my plants. I've collected like what 80 something plants now, because yesterday I bought 4 more plants from ShopRite. Manager specials are like 50 cents. So yeah, so ever since the whole pandemic started, I started with like 1 plant. Next thing I know, I'm like 80 something, 86 now, I think.
Oh man,
86
that's
plants.
amazing. That's amazing.
I
Well,
love them.
yeah, and they love
And
you back, I'm sure. And I'm positive that the air quality in your studio is going to be amazing.
it's because I'm very sensitive. That's why I picked my medium. That's why I found out that I was allergic to like oil painting. I love oil painting, but I was having allergy, and then so I had to like choose whatever medium that worked for me, that worked safe for me, and watercolor is one of them, ballpoint pen, and then yeah, acrylic, and then just found objects, anything that I can get my hands on, and yeah, and it's been amazing, like having plants, like 80 plants. Some of them are at my parents because I can't fit them all here. It's looking like a jungle right now. Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
you'll see, you'll see some of that in my video, and then yeah, I'm working like at the same time. I'm also like learning like stop motion, animation. So I'll throw that in here and there, and then currently I'm still working on my website. I mean, it's there, but it's still a mess, but I'm working on it. Eventually, by the end of this month, it'll be up and running. I mean, you'll see some of my artwork and design in there. So feel free to visit it at JamailaHernandez.com.
all right,
Yeah.
awesome. Yes, that's great. Now, Jemilah, before we finish up, you've got a nice circle of friends here in the Trenton art scene, and you've been a
Yeah.
part of several different projects here. You've exhibited here in Trenton multiple times, etc. Can you just talk about what the art scene was like here in Trenton when you came and how you were embraced?
Oh my gosh, very welcoming, because when I came into, to Trenton, I had no clue. I was just like pretty much an observer, and I still am. I like, I like to observe. I want to see, I want to know what's going on. And then, but they embraced me. They welcomed me, and then next thing I know, I'm like exhibiting work at artworks, and then, Mill Hill, and did I exhibit as well? I was
Sage
working. I was
Coalition, yeah, Windows of
Yeah,
Soul. You've
Sage
done stuff
Coalition.
there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Everyone, they're all welcoming, and that's one thing that, we need, like, collaborated with some of the artists in Trenton, which was really a great experience. And then I think it's very essential, and it's great to have that kind of support, very,
Oh man, that's
so
fantastic. Well, Jamilah Hernandez, and a couple of different things, folks. I want you to go over
sure.
to her website and know that it is some work that's being done, like she was so open with saying. So the website is JamailaHernandez.com. You can go to the YouTube page, and the YouTube page is her first name, Jamaila Designs. That's the YouTube page. Check out the video that's on there, and you'll get a chance to see the project that Jamilah was working on while she was over studying abroad in China. But in addition to that, you'll get to see some of the other behind the scenes work that Jamilah is doing, etc. And you can always follow her again on the website, JamailaHernandez.com, but the website is in work. Jamilah, any final words you'd like to say to anyone out there before we finish up?
Be safe, wear mask. That's all I can say. you know, yeah, and then stay healthy. That's it. And then yeah,
I
stay
wouldn't expect,
present. Stay,
yep.
be aware. That's it.
I wouldn't expect anything else from you. Short and sweet. You always talk about hey, drink plenty of water, make sure that you're healthy, be safe,
Yes,
all that stuff. Blessings,
definitely. And
blessings to you and yours. I can't wait to share this with others. And if I can help you out with anything, you can always get in touch. Okay.
well, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
You're so
Yeah.
welcome. And I'll hook you up with Michael Waz as well. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Bye.
Folks, you've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show over WIMG 1300 as well as WPHY. And there's lots of different ways for you to get connected. There's different things that are taking place, lots of different social media outlets and things of that nature as well. But the best thing to do is just either wherever you're seeing this, use that as the medium to get in contact and in touch with me. And then we can talk about some of the different options and things that we have. Until then, have a great and wonderful evening. And thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.